Da-na-na-na. Davante Adams Day. It is Adams Family. We are here on Up and Adams to talk about all things NBA starting tonight, all things World Series, Dodgers, New York Yankees, I do believe. What fan bases? $1,000 standing room tickets for Game 1? Woof. Let's talk. I don't even know what to talk to Adams about. He's a huge NBA fan. We'll dig into that. His Jets debut. What were the vibes? What are they looking to build upon? He's 3-1 against the Patriots in his career. Excited about getting back on track this weekend. We also, how about this? These Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Tell me I'm wrong. Their star, Brian Branch, fresh off a huge game in Detroit's win over the Vikings, is here on the show. That's right, a well-rounded, wholesome, nutritious Up and Adams episode. We've got offense, we've got defense, and we've got a lot to unpack from last night's action-packed doubleheader. Wild Monday night. Can you believe $1,000 tickets? Standing room, Matthew Hamilton. $1,000 for a chew on the finale to Week 7? Just for standing room and a Game 1 situation? Matthew? We don't have Matthew. There he is.
I'm here.
What's up?
Hey. Yeah, it's, of course I looked for those games that are going to be in Yankee Stadium, and no. Totally priced out.
Totally priced out. How do we get to this game? Listen, you're on that coast. This is a you versus Kat battle to the end.
Boy.
She's a huge Dodgers fan, and frankly, I like her more than you. So if I can send one of you to the World Series, it's going to be her.
Yeah, that's a battle I'm not going to win ever. So.
What a game last night! I can't wait to have Davante Adams on. You and I found out don't give it away, but we did some research late this morning, and he's got a sort of one of his favorite who he thinks is one of the best NBA players of all time is kind of a deep pull. It's kind of like a Darren Sposey alt pick, which we love. We
do love it because it shows you he is a true sicko like us, yes. And he's a real fan of the game. This poll shows you that he's a real fan.
We've got that going on. Brian Branch, how did that even happen? Late night swing by our amazing booker MH. Like, how did that happen?
We love it. MH was on top of it. Brian Branch is playing maybe the best football of anybody in the entire NFL right now, so we love it.
Is he Tyrann Mathieu-esque to start his career? That's what we're talking about and chewing around in the morning meeting when I found out that Brian Branch was on the show. Let's get into last night. Hamilton, loved it. We'll talk a little bit. We'll help you with your waiver wire, but let's get into last night. It was wild, weird place, fun place, spectacular. We love that. We also got great football. Ravens, Tampa, they get a win. Lamar is absolutely terrifying, out of his mind. The story from last night, Derrick Henry, of course, they continue this scary tear that they're on. 5 touchdown passes from Lamar. MVP times 3. Come on. 281 yards. 0.2 points away from a perfect passer rating. 0.2. What? That's crazy. What? Ravens, I mean, they didn't even unleash Derrick Henry until the third quarter, and he had 4 carries, 23 yards, 13 snaps in the first half. Then they just let Lamar, just take a nice little jog here, Derrick, and then let's let our guy Lamar do his thing. Derrick had 169 yards on the ground on over 11 yards a pop. Insane, explosive, absolute monster second half. So these two, and I've been saying this, and I got so much grief for it, and everyone can just, they're the best team. They are and I love Mahomes, and I love the Chiefs, and they're still undefeated, and I get it, but this is the most dangerous team. What they're getting better, that's ridiculous at this point. It shouldn't be allowed. They should change the rules. This should not be allowed. Derrick Henry, here he is on his quarterback. He's usually soft-spoken. He was talking about the effort here that he gave on Derrick's runs. Let's take a listen to Derrick on Lamar.
Man, that's unbelievable. Somebody as a quarterback and his caliber to be unselfish, to be blocking downfield, the teammate he is, man, and that's the type of guy that can have a hell of a game and don't even know any stats. All he knows is the guys he threw to and guys he scored. This dude's just incredible, man. Like I said in an interview a couple weeks ago, I think he's the GOAT for sure.
And it was a couple weeks ago that we mentioned that he's one-upping his MVP season from a year ago. Look at the numbers from the last 5 games and how they stack up against the rest of the quarterbacks in the league. It's not close. 5-game win streak. Lamar leads the league in passer rating, passing touchdowns, total touchdowns, rushing yards from the quarterback spot, while ranking 7th in passing yards. And on the entire year, he's averaging a career high in yards per game, completion percentage, yards per attempt. Need I go on? I ask you again, who is stopping this offense? And with the performance, by the way, Mahomes unseated for the first time this year as the fave at the MVP spot. Lamar not only in front, but he's got a nice cush plus 250 situation going on. Mahomes plus about 450. Then Josh Allen and Jared Goff follow. I want to say it's anybody's game, but it's not. I truly ask, who is stopping them? I guess Matthew. We have Davante Adams on, Brian Branch on huge show, so let's not waste a lot of time here. But I've asked this question to sort of every week, like, what do they have to do for me to pick them in the game against the Chiefs, like later in the season? You know, like when you're still picking on who's the most dangerous team, the Ravens. Who's most likely to make it to the Super Bowl, the Chiefs. I don't know. I'm still confused on what it's going to take. I don't quite know, but Ravens are the best team in football.
Yeah. They're really playing it, and as you said, the fact that they're still kind of getting better week to week is what's so scary about it. It's like we think we've seen the ceiling, and then they do what they did last night. And if they keep this going and they don't lose the rest of the way, I don't know. Like,
are they the only team? Are they the only team that even are like right now, like why we're playing a season? Like at this point, the things can change. I think there's other contenders, and like Bengals could keep turning it around. I'm not writing the Jets off. Like there's a lot of things that can happen. But as far as like to keep me in this thing as a casual fan, let's say if I'm watching and I'm like, it's just going to be the Chiefs. No, like it might be the Ravens. Like it's them and them alone right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're definitely in that mix. If there's one crack maybe you want to point out, it's the defense hasn't been quite as good this year, especially against the pass. They're 32nd in pass defense so far. So if there's one thing, it's that, but
when your defense isn't great, it's nice to have a nice run game.
Yeah,
that's kind of the elixir for that. So, okay, Hammy, appreciate you. Man, my heart goes out to the Bucs after last night, though. They lose Chris Godwin, who we were just talking about him yesterday and how much we love him on the show. We've got to get him on the show now. He's done for the season. He's got a dislocated ankle. It was a play that happened pretty much the game was over already, so you hate to see it. Mike Evans leaves the game with a hamstring injury, future Hall of Famer. He scored his 100th career touchdown. He's getting an MRI today, wishing them both the best. And Baker and the Bucs, they've been playing so well this year. You got to just hope and wish that this doesn't derail them, wishing them speedy recoveries, of course. Okay, we've got lots to get to. The other game, there are some fireworks. There are a few. Here, pops, some sparks, a little like one of those snap pops that you throw at people's feet. Kind of in a different way, though, right? Cardinals, they took down the Chargers on a last-second field goal, okay? James Conner puts a performance on for the ages and doing something that we've never seen in our illustrious 100-plus year history of the NFL. It started with this. It was a rare, the double turnover, okay? Conner with the effort, punches the ball loose. Michael Wilson, I mean, just busting his butt to fall on it. Man. It saves Arizona from falling into an early hole, and then after making the defensive play of the game, he pretty much, I don't know, he was the entire Cardinals offense, 101 on the ground, Cards down 1, under 2 to go, and he turns the Kyler Murray check down into a 33-yard gain. Insane. It was insane. He sets up a game-winning field goal and sort of carves out this weird little nook in the tapestry of our great game, okay? With that catch and run, James Conner becomes the first ever player to have 100 rushing, 50 receiving, and a forced fumble in the same game. I love that kind of stuff. Like, put that in Canton. Strange record, but it's sort of fitting for Conner because he's this whatever-it-takes mentality. He's brought that to his career, beating adversity, showing what he can do, criminally underrated. Love James Conner, everything he stands for as a human, what he does on the field. So I'm glad he got a chance to shine in ESPN Plus, can we call it prime time? In kind of prime time last night. And with the win, by the way, the Cardinals have now jumped the Niners into second place in the NFC West. The Niners still favorites over on FanDuel Sportsbook. How about that? Arizona considered a long shot to make the playoffs. I don't know, Gannon squad, they're in the mix though. tough schedule to start the season. I kind of like this. I think they'll look to get back to 500. They got the Dolphins and what could be, and we'll talk about this more, Tua's return to action. I believe he's set to, hit practice tomorrow. I want to take a second to talk about what's gone on with the Commanders over the past couple of days. We got, and this is very important to Kevin Durant, of course, Davante Adams loves the quarterback as well. So Dan Quinn opened up about the injury that his brilliant rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, sustained. It was a rib injury. It was during the Panthers game, early in the Panthers game, and here's DQ.
The status for Jaden we'll put down as week to week. As you guys know, it's a rib injury, and we'll take him through all the steps at practice and assess how he's doing and keep working it through that. We're hopeful he can play, but we'll also make sure to take every precautionary step and do it smartly for the player and the man.
Good news overall. Sounds like there's a decent shot he plays this weekend. A very much anticipated matchup against Caleb Williams and the Bears. But if we focus on Sunday's win for a second, the game says a lot, and we can't look over this. The game says a lot about what this Commanders team is made of, and DQ has a lot to do with that, of course. Coaching matters, leadership matters, juice matters. Losing Jaden could have been, the sky is falling. I almost was like trying to hit up people that I know that are Commanders fans, like reassuring them or like whatever, like, oh, that's awful. And then instead, before I could even do that, we're seeing players on both sides of the ball just dig deep and find that next gear and lift themselves up. What else could you want from this team, okay? And I know the Panthers, people are going to see this and overlook it entirely because it's a historically bad, looking worse after week Panthers squad. But I don't know. They hung tough, and they've done that against a lot of their opponents this year, all of them, in fact. And Washington, able to smack them around without their star quarterback is so impressive. That's crazy. And credit to Marcus Mariota, by the way. Give a little love to him this morning. Stepping in, running the offense efficiently, going for it, always gives 100. Like, credit to the defense for sort of smelling out every attempt at a rally that the Panthers tried to put together. And they were trying, and they found ways to score points, too. Everyone dug deep, and that is Dan Quinn. That is the culture he has set in Washington. That is, I mean, maybe it's a little Kevin Durant. Like, I'm sure he, like, calls into the locker room once or twice and, like, says his piece. Just kidding. It is truly DQ. It's incredible. Cliff and company. But if you thought this hot start by the Commanders was just about Jaden Daniels, I don't know. What happened on Sunday? A huge wake-up call that the entire team is damn good. Will we have him back? You heard DQ there. I gotta hope, right? This is like such a fun showdown between the rookies. Caleb looking great off a bye. This is one I had, Hammy. I have this game circled in like every way. I hope he plays. Yeah. I imagine, but I also liked the cutaways. Like, I liked him getting like super FaceTime on the broadcast, yeah. Jaden. I loved his like wave to the. I just loved everything. He handled it so well. I also loved the fact that his mom tweeted he's okay, and I do think it's like super disruptive at large to all insiders. Like, it's so funny because, like, I can't imagine, like, in the world of things that, like, a Shams or an Ian Rappaport or look at his threats or whatever, like, moms could take out the entire industry. Like, I'm looking at you, Christian Watson's mom. I'm looking at Jaden's mom, Lamar. Like, there's some moms on Twitter, and they could just be the insiders. And I think there should be a web of networking that is the downfall of insiders across the country.
Yeah, I mean, T. Higgins' mom is another one who's been awesome on Twitter.
Yes.
But yeah, it's but I love it because otherwise we've been sitting here kind of worried about Jaden this whole time and waiting for Dan Quinn to speak yesterday about it. Instead, we knew he's going to be okay. Why do we need to build the drama with stuff like this?
Yeah, it's so true.
I'm all for it.
It's so true. Caleb Jaden, let's go week 8. Okay, we're going to take a short break here. Ian's going to text me about losing his job to moms. That's okay. We've got Davante Adams. We've got Brian Branch on the program. Adams on deck. Okay. You good? Oh, man. I mean, I make these like lists of things I need to talk to you about, but then I forgot.
It's in a list. How do you forget?
I think I deleted it, but I think I was looking for the list I wrote with like the moms disrupting the course of the insider universe.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't moms just tweet like he's good? Like, it's so funny because then you think about it, it's like, why does the family just wait for the insider to get the scoop? Just tweet it. Just let us like reputable, don't need double sourcing. Straight.
True.
I guess the only problem would be subjectivity. Okay. Tell him to find.
Yeah, I guess the only thing
we just need 2 square feet in that 10,000 square foot home to be well connected to the interwebs. What were you going to say?
I guess the only thing is, if like, the teams are trying to.
Sorry, please talk. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, all good. No, I was saying, I guess the only thing is if, like, sometimes these teams try to play it a little coy. The guy's questionable. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play?
Yeah.
The other team has to prepare for 2 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, I guess. Way to rain on my parade.
But I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
Where's the first game? New York?
It's in LA.
In LA. I don't know that you could pay me the traffic. I'll probably go, but the traffic is bananas. Yeah.
Great thing about
Is
Yankee
Joe
Stadium,
Kelly back?
Joe Kelly.
Is Joe Kelly back? That's our boy.
He is. I didn't watch much of that series. It's hard enough to
I hope
be
it
able
goes
to
to game
focus
6
on the
and he goes out there
Yankees.
and he pitches and you're okay. Okay, great.
Okay.
Yes, saw that. You can dump that question out if you feel like it, but I can just move past it. It's fine.
Oh, wait, where the camera at? How I look? Yeah. 6-0. Rams Nation, what is up? Feels so good to get the dub. What you doing, T? She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog. Yeah. Dubs. Yeah. We talked about being able to find a way.
Did that tonight, man.
We found a way to get it done.
Yeah. Coming together as a team. We want it Monday through Saturday in your preparation. If you chase perfection, you can catch excellence.
I love this freaking team. I love the coaches. I love the players. I love everything about it.
Come on, Saquon. Hey, let's keep building on this, bro. Love y'all. 1, 2, 3.
All right, time for Pick Me Up. Here's some waiver grabs for Week 8. Romeo Doubs. I talked a lot about Romeo Doubs' versatility, his connection with Jordan Love. He's still available in almost half of leagues. Scored 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago, 8 catches for 94 yards, 10 targets this past Sunday. I think he's heating up. I think you should add him, and he's clearly still available. How about Ricky Pearsall? What an insane story. I couldn't get over just watching him out there, but he had 3 catches for 21 yards. He did play on a ton of snaps. Ayuk's done for the year. We got Debo, wishing them both well. He's dealing with pneumonia. Juwan Jennings has a hip injury. The injuries are piling up in the Bay Area, so I think there's some big opportunities for Ricky Pearsall down the stretch, and impossible not to root for. This is the guy I'd want on my fantasy team. And finally, Sterling Shepard. Man, Evans, Godwin, even with them out there, Sterling Shepard has sort of carved out a role. He's got some chemistry with Baker going back to college. I feel like Sterling's happy. When I see him, I don't know this, I haven't talked to him, but I'm hoping to talk to him at some point. He seems settled, he likes where he is, and he's gonna have a bigger role in this offense going forward. So Romeo Doubs, Ricky Pearsall, and Sterling Shepard. All right, this is the Up and Adams takeover of Davante Adams, welcoming him to the show, of course. 6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro. New York Jet, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. We have a lot to talk about, but I want to start with what's really important, and that's the return of the association, okay? The NBA is back. Knicks, Celtics. We got Lakers, Timberwolves. I know you're a huge fan, but I don't know who your team is, and that's important. Who is it?
Yeah, me being from the Bay, I've always been a Warriors fan. So I dealt with everybody claiming that I'm a bandwagon fan or this and that, challenging this and that just because, we win a lot of championships. But I've been a Warrior fan since I was a young kid. So that's how it's always been.
Is that how you met Kevin Durant? I meant to ask you guys last week. How do you even know each other?
We got a lot of mutual friends. So I think we met through that. I don't even remember, but I've been around Kevin for, like 10 years now. So it's not coming to me exactly the day that we met, but yeah, we've linked quite a few times.
I saw that on Club Shay Shay over the offseason. You gave a list of your top 5 NBA players, okay? And I don't follow NBA very much, so I'm trying to learn here. But MJ, I get. LeBron, Kobe, Iverson, and then you have a tie between Shaq and Darren Williams. No disrespect to Darren Williams, but why Darren Williams?
Well, that was kind of like a personal favorite. Darren Williams was somebody that I always wanted to model my game after, being a point guard back when I played hoop. So. That was a personal favorite. The other ones are kind of the cemented GOATs, but I wanted to add in a personal selection as well.
What was the moment? To me, that's like, I love Darren Sproles, and there's like a moment or Matt Forte, I can remember like the moment I fell in love with them. Like as a player, what was the moment for Williams?
I don't know that it was one defining moment. I just was obsessed with the vicious crossover that he had, because that was something that I tried to implement into my game. He always had that, and he one of the best handles on the rocks ever. So I always kind of envied the fact of how easy he just made that thing look like it was on a string. So he became one of my favorites probably when I was, early middle school.
Yeah, he's the assist master, as people call him. Okay, so I know about him. I know about LeBron. I know Jason Tatum. But can we just because it's a special day, it's tip-off tonight, we've got these games in the NBA, can we talk about 4-star letterman and 2-star recruit Davante Adams? Like, these highlights live in infamy.
Yeah, that was like 20 pounds ago, but still was, I was getting up there. I can still do a lot of this. I don't know if I can do all of it, but I still got something to take. That's a frequently asked question these days.
Yeah. When's the last time you played hoops?
It's been a minute, a couple of years since I really got on the hoop court and went and got a real run in. But I always get shots up. I got my own hoop at the house in Vegas, so I'm always getting shots up still. Got
it. I know we got to. Are you bringing that wide receiver wall over to the East Coast?
Nah. We're gonna get I'll get the spot nice and homey, but we'll leave the jerseys in Vegas.
Love that. Speaking of wide receivers and jerseys, I don't know if you have Mike Evans one, but I thought we could talk about him for a minute. Last night they have this game. He's, of course, hurt. We're sending him love. He's got an MRI today. But he made history. 5th receiver ever to record 100-plus receiving touchdowns in their first 11 seasons. This is a shout-out to 2014, same draft class. What is it that sets him apart?
Consistency. Mike's his work ethic, obviously, going 11 straight years, which I'm sure he's on his way to doing, of 1,000 yards is, that's unspeakable. It's unheard of. So obviously he's putting the work in, and, it shows he's had multiple quarterbacks over the course of his career and play for the same team, which is something that's also, admirable. So I've always been a big fan of Mike. He's showing the right way to do it, which is to sustain greatness over a long period of time. And, I'm pulling up on 100 as well. So I was trying to beat him to it, but much love to Mike for that.
You're sitting at 96, I believe. You are 4 away. How does that feel? Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's elite company to be able to do something like that. You think about all the receivers that have played this game, and just to see that short list of guys that have been able to do that, something I'm looking forward to doing. So, we got to get in that end zone real soon.
Mike Evans had a loss. He's banged up a little bit, but it sort of wrapped up week 7. You're on to week 8. But I would love to just have you describe the experience on Sunday night where you're stepping out of this tunnel. There's like this visual that all the fans got of the back of your jersey. You go out there. You just faced the Steelers a couple weeks ago on a different team. Like, what was this like?
Yeah, it was real cool in the moment. Looking back on it, it's kind of anticlimactic. We went out there and got beat on Sunday Night Football. Obviously, that's not how we draw it up, or we drew it up. But it was it's a really cool video, so I love the video. But it sucks that I can't repost it now because we took the L. So we got to rally and come back. But it was a good night either way, just to get my feet wet again, get back out there with Aaron. And, you know, the great story obviously is, you know, the movie type ending is, you know, we go out there Sunday Night Football legacy game, and, you know, I have 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron lights it up, but, you know, it's still football. It doesn't always work out that way. You know, it's our first game back in a really long time. So we're trying to do our thing and keep working so that we can give ourselves a chance down the stretch. So obviously it's a lot of fans out there and just people that got a lot to say right now, which is fine. I mean, you know, that's what happens. You go back with your quarterback and, you know, they're going to hold that to a high standard, which I understand that. But, yeah, we got time to work on it. So we're going to keep working and come out better next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's all been a lot. You have the Patriots, who, by the way, you have some success against, 3-1. Cannot wait to see that game, divisional game. I know you're going to embrace it, and I know you're working super hard to get there. But when I was watching this game, like, the offense did have great moments. I was like, in the first half, I was like, let's go. Let's effing go. Breece Hall, rushing touchdown, 54-yard catch and run. Aaron to Conklin. You know, you head into the half 15-3. What are the positives that you take from a game like this? What worked?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of positives. I just think that a lot of it was the small things. Breece is obviously an electric player to be able to take a check down and get upfield like that. You know, almost 60 yards. That's takes a special talent to do stuff like that. So you look across our whole offensive roster, we got a lot of talent in there. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into my thing and get rolling, and you know, we're gonna get there. So it's something that we are working hard at and determined to do. And like I said, when you look at our roster, it should make everybody feel really good knowing that we're trying to put all the pieces together so we can, you know, go and do what we got to do.
You and Aaron seemed to have it going in the first half. Like, I was like, I know that you talked about not rust, but it's going to take a minute. But 3 receptions for 30 yards. What was it like catching those first passes from Aaron again?
Well, I wish I would have caught the first one. I would have, you know, started us off on a little bit better note and maybe, you know, boosted the team, or, you know, who knows. But it was still good, great feeling. The first catch I had, it was kind of like, all right, now let's get rolling. And just couldn't really find a rhythm. But, you know, they got a good defense, and they got, you know, they batted a lot of balls down and took away some opportunities that we could have turned into some big plays. So we just got to do a better job, maybe, you know, just converting on the opportunities that we have and attacking downfield and just, you know, doing everything that got us to be the duo that we are.
It was all going on, and then what happened? And then, you know, Aaron saying it was flat. Like, what would you point to as what happened? When did the momentum change? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, we came out flat, no energy, and, you know, in the second half. And I think, honestly, the whole game, we could have been more energetic as a team and support each other and just celebrating each other's success out there. And I just felt like that, from that standpoint, it was a little flat. So next week, that's something that we making sure we harp on is, you know, celebrating one another, being into the game, and you know, if somebody has a certain time where they, you know, don't make the play, then make sure you pick them up and get them ready to make the play the next time. So that's the mentality we got.
Are you going to be more vocal, like a more vocal Davante Adams? Is that being like, I'm curious. Because you're always a lead by example. You're very like, look, you know, like, do you feel like somebody has to be more vocal, and is that you?
Well, believe it or not, I am the vocal leader as well. I mean, just on basically every team that I've been on. So I'm not the big rah-rah guy, but, you know, when it comes to pulling the guys together, you know, speaking up when it's needed, I'm more that guy versus just always talking just to talk. So I had a few words to say to the team after the game, and I think the guys rallied behind it. So we'll see what that turns into.
I love that. I know that you are. It didn't go how you wanted it to go, but there was a moment we should just give a little love to. You going, Davante, full Superman tackle. Like, what is this?
I don't know. But as soon as it happened, I knew it was going to look goofy on tape. But I was like, you know what? The defense gets a stop right here. This could be a critical moment in the game that, you know, changes the way everything was going. So I was hoping I could punch it out, but he actually peeked back and saw me. So I just wanted to make sure he didn't score. And I guess going full-blown Superman was what was in my cards. The
way I was praying for this stop, you have no idea as I was watching this. Does preventing the touchdown, you know, does preventing the pick six for Aaron sort of cover your rent for the month? Like, how does that factor in?
Yeah, well, I'm already out of there. I'm in the hotel right now, which is around the corner from the facility. About to go get some work done in a little bit, but yeah, hopefully I'll get rewarded next week with 20 targets. We'll see what happens.
A week was enough to just want to not live with Aaron, huh?
No, I don't just want to crowd the man's space. I'll be back over there, but
crowd the man's space, the 10 bathrooms, the skyline view, come on.
I can't determine if which bathroom he wants to use. He might want to use the one that's in the.
Oh, I thought you two were gonna like hang out with trick-or-treaters next week. I wanted you, you know.
For sure, I'll be back over there. Well, my family should be here by then, so we'll see what's going on with the kids. And obviously, we play, I believe, on
Thursday.
Halloween.
Oh yeah,
is that Halloween?
It is on Halloween. Yeah, that's a scary D line, by the way.
Yeah, it is. But
that's fun.
Yeah, we'll see. We see if we can be spooky out there as well.
No, I love that. A sense of normalcy for you. I know how much that must mean to you to have your fam come over. That'll be an amazing injection of, I'm sure, something that means a lot to you.
Correct.
I can imagine. I wanted to ask you about, so I had Dwight Freeney on yesterday, Hall of Famer, and his whole thing was, I wish that this offense would do what the Lions are doing. Play action, use the run. You have Breece Hall, Oliver. Everyone has something to say about what this offense should look like. How would you like to see it evolve?
I mean, it's not even about doing anything differently. More is just converting and, the opportunities we had in the game. It's not like we couldn't move the ball. I mean, it was relatively easy for us to move the ball at times. So it was more about just not letting certain opportunities slip away. Converting on third down, and not getting all the way down there and then, leaving it up to a field goal or something like that. And obviously, we got to get all of that corrected as well. But it's tough to say we should go out there and try to do what another team is doing. It's a copycat league. That's what everybody talks about. But we got our bread and butter and we know what works. And it's worked for years for us. So, and it's worked for this team too. I mean, this team's lost. Obviously I just got here, but this team lost, probably 3 games by less than 10 points or something like that. And, it's just that far away from everybody speaking so much differently about the club.
So is that the sort of theme? It's like we're here, we're this close. Block out the outside BS, but you really the theme is we're right there.
Yeah, I mean it's ultimately about winning. So you have to win the game, and this team hasn't done enough of that this year, but. Like I said, it's kind of reminds me of the 2022 Raiders where we had so many opportunities to change the narrative and just couldn't quite pull out those victories. And that's what we got to change very soon here. Otherwise, obviously, we're going to put ourselves in a tough spot. I mean, already in a tough spot, but nothing that we can't, potentially come out of.
You mentioned you're a vocal leader. I loved seeing you talking to Garrett Wilson on the sideline. I'd love to know, what is he asking you? What are you guys talking about? What's he telling you?
Well, I mean, Garrett's like a open vessel. He's trying to gain knowledge as much as possible at all times. So, I mean, he makes it fun to come to work because, he challenges me as a leader and he challenges me as a teacher as well. And he kind of reminds me a lot of Trey Tucker. So, that particular moment, I don't even remember. I think we were talking about a release or something, but it's every day since I've been here. Basically, we've had some sort of conversation about technique or, what I'm thinking in certain situations. So, like I said, that's what makes it fun for me.
If I Google Garrett Wilson right now, teams are targeting him, emerges as a trade candidate. Teams have contacted the Jets. I ask you, as somebody who's been through this, managing the noise, managing the emotions of stories like this, what's the best advice you can give?
Just block it all out and don't give it any attention. At the end of the day, you know what you want to do. And, what I believe he wants to do is continue to ball out here and build something special with this team. He's a special player, man. And I love having an opportunity to play with him and, help him grow too. So him being such a young player, just like I said, being where he's at right now, he's light years ahead of where I was at that point in my, career. So the sky's the limit for him. So I just want to continue to build, me, him, Mike, Lazard. We got a really good room. So a lot of opportunities out there.
You like this Trey Tucker?
I do.
I think your words will hold a lot of weight with him. You've mentioned him several times in these chats that we've had. What is it about him? A comp to Wilson is amazing, but you champion him.
No, he I don't know. It's something about those Cincy boys over there. It's him, Sauce. Like, these dudes come in and they're way more mature than, what I'm used to seeing at that age, as far as the approach to the game. Just real old school, kind of like how I feel like I was when I got in the league. It's a lot of these Gen Z football players coming in acting different these days, and they don't have the same mindset, and they're not locked in on the details the same way. And when you think about a dude like Garrett and Tuck, like, they understand that the small things ultimately lead up to why or become big things. So to have a teammate like that when they're being young and understand that it's not something I got to come in and teach them the way. It's more like they fall in the line, and I can continue to teach by what they ask about. So I love both of them.
He had a couple of nice grabs, 47 yards last week. Did you watch the Raiders game?
I watched a little bit of it, but I had to actually get to the stadium, I think maybe 20 minutes after the game started. So got to check it out a little bit and peep the scores, just because obviously I'm checking up on my boys and I'm wishing the best for them regardless.
What do you think of the 8? I mean, you were a champion at Aiden O'Connell, 4 to 6 weeks, fractured thumb. Have you reached out to him? That has to suck for you to see.
Yeah, I actually just talked to him. We just spoke. So praying for him and hoping that he'll be able to bounce back. And he's a young dude. Well, he's not that young. He's actually pretty old for how young he is in the league. But he's a young talent that he's going to continue to grow. And I just want to see his game continue to evolve, because he's got some things that are tough to find as far as his accuracy and his approach. And regardless, I mean, whether it was Gardner or it was him that was in there, starting, just the approach that it was the same guys, that same starter that was in there. And that's not always easy to do. So proud of him.
I have 2 more to ask you. Well, first of all, now that you got traded, everybody's getting traded. We're hearing Max is getting traded. Are you hearing all of this?
I saw it. I don't really know what's going on with that. I highly doubt that Max would be traded out of there, but it's been a lot of talk going on. I don't know what to make of it.
I don't know either. I also want to ask you, before you go, about Jair Alexander, just because I just don't know what to do with him, right? Like, I know you played with him, and I like when a wide receiver and a corner get after it, but they get into it before the game, he and Diggs. Jair grabs the face mask, they're barking at each other. Why is he so irritating?
That is one way to put it. Man, I don't know. He's literally one of my favorite people in the world, because Jair is 100% himself since his first year in the league. I mean, you can see, I still remember back to when we played the Rams in the Coliseum, and this man, that's when he really, a true menace was born. And when I was watching that man out there just antagonizing people and just not caring, like, it wasn't like the swag of a rookie. And he's carried that on, and now he's got people copying his little seatbelt thing, and it's all over the place now. So he's kind of revolutionized it, and he's definitely top 3 in the game. So as long as you can back it up, you can do all that irritated stuff. I guess is what you want.
Yeah. Is he? You got Christian Gonzalez this weekend, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, we'll see what it's like. I don't know.
We'll see if he's a menace. We'll see what he looks like.
We'll see.
Enjoy this weekend. You're going to Foxborough, beautiful Foxborough. 3-1 against the Pats, like I said. Let's effing go. Thank you so much, Davante, for joining us, and go Warriors.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, we'll talk to you next Tuesday. I think you guys should give out Baja Blasts at Halloween at Casa de Aaron. I just spilled my water everywhere, per usual. Oh, excuse me, Ballhawk University's very own Brian Branch. Ooh, Davante missed this crosstalk. That would have been crazy. Excuse me, the 5-1 Lions. I spilled water everywhere. I don't know, who would put water back here, is my question. It's not my fault.
No, of course not.
But it's definitely not my fault that the water would be hidden from me.
I love the zoom in.
Yeah, hot action here. You know who would never do that? Brian Branch.
No. He's not dropping anything.
You know what would be funny to watch is the review of me saying, assist whatever I said about Darren, as if I know at all what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the awkwardness with that was delivered was all time for me. I was like, assist, what is it? What did you want me to say? Hamilton texted me something about Darren Williams. Assist master.
Saying he made everybody else around him shine. Those double-digit assists every year.
You texted me that. I thought you were talking about Mike Evans, and I was like, no, duh, we get it. Like, sorry guys, thank you. Hold on. He said, oh man, this is for show. This would literally never happen if we weren't on television right now. Last time this happened, it sat there for an hour. No, you said something. Assist something. What did you say?
I said he was an assist master.
Like, and I think I tried saying that, and it was like I don't know the NBA. Should I watch? Maybe I'll watch. I'll watch Kevin. I'll watch Kevin because Kevin in anything is fascinating. Like he, when he does what you would call it, like what media availability. First of all, I could never do that in the NBA because let me tell you, you're in these gyms and all you're doing is hearing 19 balls bounce at the same time. I would lose my shit.
You'd be distracted.
No, just in 5 seconds, I'd be over it. You can't. Yeah. Everyone's practicing. It's loud. It's crazy, and you're trying to get. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. But I'm keeping tabs on like the contract stuff, and I want to go to. I gotta get out to a game.
Yeah. Big Knicks debut tonight.
Want to play a game? How many Knicks I can name?
Yeah.
Who's the guy? Starts with an R, not Runyon.
Who's the guy?
What is his name?
And you're talking about the guy that got just traded off the team.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, Julius Randle.
To him? No, not Randle. Not that guy. Don't put words in my mouth. Not Randle. But I liked Julius Randle that time I went to the game and I sat next to Baklava guy. That guy. No, I'm sorry. What is the other name? Brunson.
Oh, Jalen Brunson. Yeah.
He's
does not start with an R, but yes.
Brunson, Runyon. My next guest, a superstar safety for the 5-1 NFC North leading Detroit Lions, Brian Branch. I'd be smiling if I were you. First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you for that.
What are you doing the rest of the day?
No, I'm probably going to take my dog to the dog park, chill.
No. Okay, that sounds like a beautiful day. Are you an NBA guy?
NBA? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watch the NBA.
I'm a Lakers fan. You're a Lakers fan. Okay, I think they play at some point. I don't know. It kicks off tonight, tips off tonight. I don't even know. I'm a football girly, and that's why you're here, and that's what we're going to talk about. Take me through this ridiculous interception of Sam Darnold. You were soaring through the air. Walk me through this.
So me and my boy Jay Kurt, shout out to him because he's the one that came up with the plan to disguise it. And, we was playing fist to JJ, Justin Jefferson, which is like cover 2 man and quarter man away. And we wanted to show like a single high shell to make it think we in single high coverage.
Okay.
And when on the snap of the ball, we knew that was going to run like the crosses route, and we just passed them off, and I just jumped it.
It was unbelievable. You hand the Vikings their first loss of the season. I feel like when I watch you, and we talked about you for a long time in our morning meeting, just the instincts, like the smarts of it all. Where does that come from?
I've been playing this game for a long time, and I guess shout out to my rec league coach. He first saw like I was pretty good at safety, and he put me back there, and he taught me a lot of stuff. So I just learned each year, that I played this game. I just learned more and more.
You're saying you played for a long. You're a second-year player, Brian. I talked to you like 20 minutes ago before you were even drafted. You're so funny. You're hilarious. You remind me of Tyrann Mathieu. Do you like that comparison?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Why?
That's cool. That's the GOAT. I've been watching him since, I was young. He's the reason why I wanted to wear number 14 at Alabama.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember talking to you before you were drafted, and it was all about how versatile you are, and I think that's why you remind me of Tyrann. You're just like, I will do it all. I will make it happen. And everyone's noticing, not only like the team's successful, but PFF has you as the highest graded player across all positions over the last 2 weeks. So essentially, PFF, which GMs use, everyone grades these players. You're the best player in football, and you're new at the position this season. How does switching from nickel corner to safety, how did that unlock some other level to you?
Just move me further away from the line of scrimmage. I feel like at nickel, in this defense, we play a lot of man-to-man. And, man-to-man is very hard to get, like, interceptions because you focus on not letting your man touch the ball even. And playing safety allows me to look at the quarterback, have eyes on the quarterback. And AG allows me just to roam the field. So shout out to him.
Most people say when you get to the NFL, it's harder, it's whatever. But you said it feels like you're playing back in high school. What do you mean?
Just each game, I get more comfortable. And I feel like at college, I didn't play safety as much. I played strictly nickel. And in high school, I played mainly safety. And it's starting to feel like I'm back in high school.
Kirby Joseph came on my show, and he had an interception the next week, and he's a lot of fun. You two are tied for second. What is the level of competition between you two?
Oh, it's very high. I told him last when we played Minnesota, I said, I told you I'm gonna catch up to you, and I did. So we both trying to beat each other, but that's what makes us, a perfect pair of teammates.
I really like him.
He a dog.
I'm a big fan. I mean, you're behind, but then you're behind this guy that's in your division, Xavier McKinney, who's another Bama safety. Do you know each other?
Yeah, I know him. I haven't really talked to him. He helped me with my recruitment going to Bama, but ever since then, I haven't really talked to him in a minute.
What do you mean? Xavier McKinney took you around Bama?
No, he didn't take me around Bama, but when coaches will call, they'll put like X on the phone and he'll talk to me.
What did he say?
Why not Bama? She is Bama leagues, it's the highest production rate to go to the league. And why not get coached by the greatest?
I love it. Let's say we call Xavier now. Hey X, I got Brian Branch on the phone. What do you want to say about coming for his record on interceptions this year?
I'm coming.
I'd love to see it. It's incredible. I love, this is what I love. I love seeing it. And you probably help make your quarterback better. He's lights out. Oh, my gosh. Jared Goff. I mean, we had Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney come on the show and say, without any hesitation, this is the MVP. What is the biggest difference you've noticed in him this year, even to last year when he was still lights out?
I feel like once he gets in that groove, you can't get him out of it. And, in my opinion, when situations, like important situations, I feel like that's where he thrives at. And I don't feel like no other quarterback thrives at it more than him. And, it's hard in certain situations when you're down a touchdown, down 3 points, and it's on like a minute left. And knowing that a quarterback, you can drive down the field and get those 3 or 7. And I feel like he does it the best.
I told you Kirby Joseph came on my show, and he told me I'm going to get an interception next week, and he got one. I don't know if you remember this, but you came on my show before you were drafted. This is April 2023, and I asked you which quarterback you'd like to pick off. Let's take a look. NFL quarterback. Let's manifest this thing. The NFL quarterback that you cannot wait to pick off.
Mahomes.
All right, you checked the box. It was your first career game. What happened? You ran it back for a touchdown. Clearly, I mean, we have a thing here, Brian. Let's go.
It wasn't a pick that I really wanted because I wanted to actually pick him off, not catch the pick from a receiver. Because it was really his fault that the receiver dropped it and it fell in my hands. But hey, it still counts, and I'm glad it was my first game too.
You're the only person I've ever met that's trying to downplay that interception off of the greatest quarterback we have right now. I love that about you, Brian. On your birthday, let's manifest another one. Give me a quarterback you want to pick off.
Jordan Love.
Why Jordan?
He playing good ball right now, and I respect his game. And if I could pick off him, shoot, that would mean a lot.
Wow, interesting. Okay, I love that. A little interdivision drama that we'll get to, of course. Why is this division so good? Are you happy about that? Wouldn't you have rather done this 5 years ago when y'all could have just gone into the sunset? Every team's pretty good.
Nah, facts. I feel like the GMs in these teams are recruiting well and making these teams stacked and overpowered. And I feel like this division, I don't know no other divisions like us, and that's what's going to make us even better when it comes to like playoff time.
Yeah, I can't wait till the Super Bowl when you get to cleanly pick off Patrick Mahomes.
God's plan.
God's plan. I'm just putting these things out there for you. In a few weeks, by the way, in 2 weeks, you face the Packers, where you get your Jordan Love interception chance. And then we have My Cause, My Cleats. And you have a selection. You've selected the hidden opponent. I don't know what hidden opponent is. I'd love you to tell me.
The hidden opponent is just a group that spreads, awareness of mental health across, the world with kids. And, mental health is actually like a big, important thing to me because it affected my family. My dad had it, and, you just you don't like when stuff messes with your mind. And I feel like that's why it's important with me.
It's dedicated to raising awareness for student-athlete mental health specifically, which is amazing.
Oh, it is. Because athletes go through a lot.
Yeah.
And day in and day out. And I feel like people don't really know what we go through because either if we play football, we got a helmet on, nobody really don't know us. And just the stuff that we go through, it's hard to talk about it just to, your teammate or, somebody. I feel like people need to know what's really going on and to help spread that awareness.
I love that. So it's the hidden opponent. You'll be rocking the cleats in a couple of weeks, and I just love that that's important to you and clearly has some special meaning with your background. And it's something that affects literally every human on the entire planet, not just student athletes, but it's very cool to be focused in on that. What a great goal. I love that. We're going to take a short break here, but we're going to keep you through the break because we're live on YouTube, and I need to ask you a couple of questions. By the way, where's your dog? Where's the dog?
He in the cage. He was acting up. He made a little party.
Can we meet the puppy?
Yeah, I can meet him.
I would love to meet the puppy. Go get the puppy.
You want me to bring him?
How long is it going to take you?
About like a minute.
Okay, let's go. Let's go get the puppy. Why not? Love that. And then how much time do we have on the way back? Anything? Yeah, I think that's great. Let's do the puppy in the game. Hammy, we get to meet a puppy. We need a show puppy.
Yeah. That way you're not the only one making a mess on the rug.
He's just, he didn't want that pick off Mahomes.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. He wanted the clean one. He wanted to jump something. Yeah.
Huh? Okay, let's see.
He ain't no puppy no more like that.
Wait, why is that camera moving by itself? Is that you moving it? What's happening?
Oh, it came from my iPad. I don't know how to take that off.
Oh, hi. Okay, tell us everything we need to know. What a sweetheart.
His name is Bruno. People think of Rottweilers as mean and aggressive, but he really just a sweet baby that likes to get rubbed on.
A sweet baby named Bruno?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love this puppy. We love it. So why was he being a bad boy?
He pottied in the house.
Oh.
And I put him in training, so like they really supposed to be teaching him not to do that. And I'm really mad because he hasn't learned.
Yeah, you get to take him to a dog park. I love that. No other birthday plans for you? The boys aren't taking you out to like a dinner somewhere? Come on.
We may schedule something up like that. But I feel like, I don't know, I just want to chill. Yeah. It's my day off, so I just want to chill.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, we're going to play a little game with you when we get back on the air. It'll take like 20 seconds, okay? We'll be back in 1 minute. Just a fun little game.
All right. What is it?
We're so excited for you. I don't know. You think I know? I don't know. Let's see. Let's take a look. We're going to try to find your dream birthday gift. It'll be easy. I promise. It won't be crazy. In the meantime, why don't you give a shout out to a player on your team that doesn't get enough love? I would love that.
Okay. I'll probably say Alex Anzalone.
Okay, why?
He's probably the only backer who can really cover. And I feel like he can cover and play the box. Like, we even got some packages where he's the nickel, like a true nickel. And
yeah,
like no other team can do that, like how we do it.
You're like, that's amazing. And he's got great hair.
He's got great hair.
Like,
I call him Thor.
That's what I thought you were going to say, that he's got great hair. Okay, we're back in 10 seconds with The smiley, and I would be too with 3 picks in my last 2 games. Poor Titans coming up. They're not smiling. Back on the Up and Adams show with the birthday boy. Brian Branch is here. He catches, I mean, quarterbacks hate you. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make them hate me even more.
Okay, we love hearing that. Now, in case somebody on your team wants to get you a gift, let's figure out what your dream birthday gift would be. I'm going to give you some ideas. You're going to pick which one out of 2 knockout style that you like, and eventually we will find the perfect gift for Ballhawk Game Breaker, Brian Branch. Okay, which one do you like better? A lifetime supply of Jordans or a lifetime supply of pizza and wings? I love this.
I'll probably go with the Jordans.
Jordans are more expensive. You can buy pizza and wings. What are we talking about? Okay, do we like Jordans more than we want? We're looking for a dream gift. A starring role on the show Outer Banks.
Outer Banks, immediately.
Why?
I love that show. Just the treasure hunt, the mystery in it. I'm mad that they only showed the new season's only 5 episodes.
Okay, but Bijan Robinson's in it, right?
He is?
Yeah, I guess he's guest starring on an episode of Outer Banks you need to catch up on, I swear.
Oh, snap.
That needs to be you.
I need to get like him.
That needs to be you. Maybe we're manifesting a whole thing for your birthday. Okay, so an appearance on Outer Banks or an early screening of the next Avengers movie?
These are good. I'll go with Avengers.
Okay, you want an early screening of that's crazy. You're doing, Brian. We got to do. You get to be in Outer Banks. You were so excited.
These are like my favorite things.
I know. We found your favorite things. My producer did a great job. Okay, so we have got it. Avengers screening, or they can deliver you the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. Which one?
No, you're saying early screening, like what for the Avengers?
It's a good question. Like, you just get to go see the movie. I hate that one. Let's say, do you like that one? Or so you get to go see the next Avengers movie before everybody else, or you get the throne from Game of Thrones?
No, I'm gonna get the throne.
Yeah, you're gonna take the throne. I mean, Bruno would look so badass on that throne. Like, what are we even talking about? Last one, the Game of Thrones throne or dinner with LeBron James. Quick.
Dinner LeBron.
Love that. I think you're going to get that anyway. Once you win the Super Bowl, you're going to be eating with LeBron James, drinking that wine that he drinks all the time. Brian Branch, happy birthday to you. Congrats to the Lions, and sorry to the Titans this weekend.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Bye, Bruno. Be a good boy. Bye.
See you.